Well, we've got the dinner skinner heat treated, tempered. Now we are cleaning it back up. I wanted to tell you the way I clean out 1/8 inch holes. You have to clean the holes out after all the heat treating and everything. Otherwise, the epoxy, whatever epoxy does get in the pinholes around the pin, the epoxy won't hold. And what I have found, I have a 17 caliber bore brush, and this bore brush will go in and out. You need pliers. Let me see if I can do this looking through the viewfinder. You do that a few times on each hole, and you have cleaned it out. And if you were to put some acetone on the brush and do it a little more, you'd have no chance of the epoxy not sticking. And you really want to give every opportunity for epoxy to do its job, because I never know where this is going, where it will be used, the kind of weather, and the wood absorbs moisture and lets it go, and it'll be in different temperatures. So you really want to give your epoxy every opportunity to do its job, because of the variables in temperature and moisture it will eventually likely see. So that's how you clean out the holes. And I have a 9mm brush that I use to clean out when I drill 1/4 inch holes in a handle for 1/4 inch pins. There you go. There's my little secret, my little contribution to the knife making world. Well, there we are, sanded up to 800. Now, the next step is the acid dunking. But first, I have to consult the Googlearium. I don't think I'm supposed to, but I'm going to etch my logo on this blade. This will be the first BC blade that has my logo on it. But I'm not sure if maybe I'm not supposed to etch it before I acid bath it or after I acid bath it. So I'm going to consult the Oracle and see what I can find out. I'll be back. Well, I've searched the internet over and I thought I found true love. Okay, I can't find the answer. So what I do, I have 2 pieces of scrap that I pulled out of the trash can because they're not big enough to do anything with. I'm going to etch my logo on one and then acid bath it. I'm going to acid bath the other, clean it up, and then etch my logo on it and see which one looks better. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, I didn't let this soak or nothing. There's the acid etched damascus. That is going to look really nice when I dunk that. There is the all I need is this area. I sanded it like the other blade will be. So let me get my logo on there, get cranked up here, and what I'm going to do is etch the logo here and then etch it here. And then I'm going to take this and go dip it in the acid and see how my logo stands up. And then I'll see how my logo etches onto a previously acid bathed piece of steel. So let me get that done. I'll show you what I got. Well, that come out looking like crap. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to turn this temperature, this amperage up all the way. And I'm going to try on the other side. I'll show you what I got. I haven't tried the Damascus yet, but this Damascus is a little harder than most of the steels I've ever messed with, so it might be that I just need more time and more amps and a wetter dauber here. So let me get to working on it. Well, it came out better, but boy, it's still hot, huh? But I think on this Damascus, it's just not going to work etching it. So I'm going to try marking it. And the difference is, here's the difference. It's etch or mark. And here's what it looks like marked. I think I'm going to have better luck with that. So I'm going to try marking this piece of Damascus. It's already been acid bath. I'm going to flip this up to mark and get this taped out, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. Yeah, marking is a much better option. I didn't do it long enough, but I'm going to go ahead and dunk that blade in the acid and mark it instead of etch it. Alright, let me get my little thing cleaned up, and then I'm going to go dunk that blade. I think I may have forgotten to show you this. If I did, you will be seeing some stills, because I took a couple of still pictures of this to send to the person that's buying it. And I'm pretty sure I did forget to show you this. So, I'm nervous. I'm fixing to etch my logo. And I'm nervous because it's a lot of work to get it to this point, and I could ruin it by screwing up my logo. And I have 3 more chances to get it right if I do screw this up. So, alright, there's no putting it off. I'm fixing to get after it. Alright. Let's see. Please don't let me ruin it. Please don't let me ruin it. Please don't let me ruin it. Now, I got to clean that up, but I think that's going to look all right. Let me get my steel wool and clean that up. Well, I'm afraid that does not look good. And worse, I had some of the liquid get underneath that, and it left a line right here. So I think from now on, I'm not going to etch my name in these. What I'll do is etch them deep. I'll etch them and not mark them. But now, this is not good. I may have to sand this down beyond my logo, but what I'm going to try, here is my BC Blades logo on that scrap piece. I'm going to put this in the acid and see what happens to that logo. If I can redunk this in the acid, maybe it will take that off. I don't know. I'll let you know here in a minute. Well, it came off. So I've oiled this blade. I'm gonna have to clean this back up and put it back in the acid. Boy, I sure like that pattern, huh? All right, let me get some acetone and get this cleaned up and dunk it back in the acid and let it sit there about 10 minutes. Well, that's good to know. Acid will take it off. All right, I have the handles up at my house. I was putting some True Oil on the nose of them last night. So I got to go up there and get the handles, and I can get them put on. Okay, I have the dinner skinner glued up with the handles on it. And I thought to myself, I wonder if people would be interested in how I find the center of a blade, how I know how deep to grind in my bevels. And I thought to myself, I bet you they would. So here's how I do it. I'm going to get this tightened up 1 second. I take my calipers And hold on. Jeez. Let me zero it. I take my calipers and I measure the, boy, it's hard to do anything looking through the viewfinder. I measure the thickness, right? I divide that by 2. And then I scribe the center of that edge there, and then I turn this around and I rescribe it. Let me pick these up before I lose them. Doggone it. There we go. And then, here's how I usually grind these bevels. I put the tip right level with the edge of this, and I lock that down. And then, this is way too steep of a bevel for this blade. What I had before was a dinner skinner on this, and I did a full grind. So this is set up for that last blade. I will set this up for this blade, and it will be much less of an angle. So I'll have to, but I do that on the belt grinder. What I do is I'll leave it at this angle, and I'll get my bevel started. And when I get close to that center line, I'll start moving my angle less and less and less and less steep until I have either a full grind or it comes up somewhere where I want. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go full grind or what on this. I'm liking the full grinds, especially on the Damascus, because when you sand it all down, it really, really looks nice. Alrighty. I don't know how much footage that's 2 minutes. God, I'll tell you, time goes by quick. All right. I don't know if y'all remember me making this jig a few years ago, but it's one of a kind, and it's made a lot of knives. Well, crap, since I'm here and under some bright light, let me show you what else I got. My plan is to really get serious about file work on the spine of knives. I've watched a lot of videos. I've copied a lot of pictures of designs that I like, and I have no good finds. So I went and I got me some really good files. Somewhere it says made in America. Actually, I don't know where they're made. Let's see if it says where. Honduras. Well, isn't that a kick in the pants? There are no American-made files anymore. Let's see if it's square. Yes, it's square. Alrighty. Good deal. All right, so I now have the ability. I won't show you all of them, but I'll show you the ones that are gonna help me do what I want with my knife spines. Okay, this is triangular, that is square, round, round. And then I've got these small files, also Simmons. So I'm gonna get to that. Alrighty, back to work. It's my toy. Don't even think about taking my toy. I kill a fool, try to take my toy. He brought that all the way down to my shop. I don't know where he got it. Somebody's missing a toy.